We got to our Gotchu last commentary for this beautiful afternoon show before we get to our final musical performance from the Negrete Sisters, Grupo Chispa. So yesterday, Chicago youth participated in a general strike. They walked out of class and joined young people around the world to protest global leaders in action on climate change. This was a movement by and for youth started by a 16-year-old activist named Greta Thunberg. Youth organizers asked adults to join them, and millions of people around the world showed up. Our guest, Gina Ramirez Ibarra, was downtown with her son, as were many other Southeast Siders. Earlier in the day, the labor groups that were protesting outside Amazon Chicago office left the protest and went and marched to Grant Park to join this youth strike. This is how solidarity works. Somebody asks you to show up and you show the fuck up. So when Olga came to us and said, I want you to show up for my hood, I didn't ask any questions. I got on a plane back from LA. We got our team together on short notice and we made this show happen. I don't just love Olga personally, I love and admire the work that her and so many other people are doing here on the Southeast side to address the environmental injustice. Hoodoisie member Laura Ramirez pointed out at our last show here on the Southeast side that solidarity is also about showing up for yourself. I drink this water. We all drink the same water, and we're in this together whether we want to be or not. When we show up for others, we show up for ourselves. And when we fight injustice anywhere, we also are fighting for it everywhere. That is the metaphysics of social change. And that's good because the issue of water is not just one affecting the black and brown and working class bodies of the Southeast sides. It is one that threatens the black, brown, and exploited peoples all across the planet. Right now, as we hurtle towards 2020, 2/3 of the world is already living in water-stressed regions, and half the hospital beds in the world are filled with people there for water-related illnesses. And as the globe gets hotter and hotter, water is becoming a hotter commodity. Privatized and bottled water companies make up one of the fastest-growing industries on the planet, and there are lots of people banking on the fact that safe, fresh water is going to become harder to find so they can charge us a fortune for it. Because that is how capitalist actors work. They aren't looking to resolve climate crisis, environmental disaster, or the destruction of natural resources. Instead, they will accelerate it, exacerbate it, and profit the fuck out of it. They will kill us and the planet with their tunnel vision, and they don't care. Because the same people that are creating climate crisis will insulate themselves from the effects of it. For example, in 2014, The Guardian broke the story about Echo Atlantic. It's a man-made island off the coast of Nigeria that can self-sustain for at least 2 centuries and where some of the richest people in the world have already brought real estate, hinting at a future of climate apartheid. They don't care about us, so we have to care about each other. In the US, there is a premium placed on fantasies of individuality, choice, and independence. I don't believe humans were ever really intended for that. And even if we were, that's not what's going to save us now. Now more than ever, we need to now push the dreams of collectivity, commitment, and interdependence. So often you hear the phrase, nobody owes anyone anything. I fucking disagree. And I try my hardest to live by the idea that we owe each other everything. We have to show up for each other. We have to have a will for solidarity. There's often going to be conflict that demands we work across differences and disagreement. We have to set aside our desires to be there for others. Solidarity is not easy. It's work, but it's necessary work. Because if we don't fight for each other and ourselves, who the fuck will? Thank you so much for coming to the Hoodoisie tonight. Thank you so much to all the organizations that were present and the years of hard work and hard research that they bring to this table to share with an audience. I want to welcome up for our closing performance the Negrete Sisters, Grupo Chispa.
Okay, the last song we're going to do is, check, can you hear me? Here we go.
Hello.
It's La Chicana. And we're going to start with an old grito that we had way back in the day. Everybody remembers. Power to the people, right?
Power!
Woo! This song is called La Chicana. And it's dedicated to all women, all those trailblazers from the past, the present, and all those in the future. La Chicana.
En la frente de liberación, este pueblo llamado chicano, existen mujeres listas y valientes, existen mujeres que saben luchar. Son las Adelitas, chicanas bonitas, son las Adelitas de revolución. En ciudades y campos se forman, dando fuerza y valor a su pueblo. Revolucionarias luchando por justicia, revolucionarias dando inspiración. Son las Adelitas, chicanas bonitas, son las Adelitas de revolución. Son las madres de la raza nueva, son las novias del gran movimiento. Son mujeres chicanas luchando por justicia, mujeres chicanas dando inspiración. Son las Adelitas, chicanas bonitas, son las Adelitas de revolución. Su cultura y origen respetan, su color y valor son de bronce. Mujeres chicanas luchando por justicia, mujeres chicanas dando inspiración. Son las Adelitas, chicanas bonitas, son las Adelitas de revolución. Son las Adelitas, chicanas bonitas, son las Adelitas de revolución. Let's have a big clap for Ricardo. Hey, good looking guy. Thank you so much. This is a clap that we used to do in the 60s for all the revolutionaries, all the Chicanas, everybody in struggle. And it starts like this. It starts slow and then it builds up and builds up. This is the Chicano clap.
Just a couple of announcements. We are done this afternoon. Thank you for coming out to the first ever daytime outdoor Hoodoisie. I managed to not finish sober, so I'm happy about that. Just chug the beer right now. If you want to stick around and chug a beer or maybe two, Marco's going to be playing for the next for the next 45 minutes. If you came on the bus, you don't have to rush onto it. The bus that we rented going back to Pilsen, it leaves at 4 o'clock. And feel free to hang out, check out the art, see all the murals. Let's give it up for our host, 93 Studios. Let's give it up for Olga Bautista and the Alliance for the Great Lakes and for the Ink Factory. Keep an eye out. The Hoodoisie is returning in January 2020 with a whole 20. That's my ESL teacher right there. He's like 2020 with. The Hoodoisie is returning in January 2020 with a whole year of programming, so come and check it out and be on the lookout. Thanks so much for coming out this afternoon.